welcome to our podcast. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Okay, well, let's open the champagne because I've been dying. Luke took so long to set up.
I know. Who hired him?
I don't know.
For anyone that doesn't know Luke, he's my boyfriend.
Okay, hold the glass. Oh my god, that was awesome. Oh.
Nice,
Megan.
Fern. How am I supposed to drink this?
With your mouth. We've already been over this.
Yeah.
Wipe it on your shirt.
Okay.
ASMR. Okay, cheers.
Maybe Luke should get me another glass.
Why you want that one? You're fine.
Trade me.
Trade?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, you can't even make any comments about me being high maintenance. Okay.
Luke is looking over here like, yep, that's Lex.
He's like, oh, Lex told me Megan was the dramatic one. Okay, so we should probably start off with some introductions.
Well, first off, welcome to Botox and Bubbly
podcast. I mean, the purpose of the podcast is not going to be completely about injections, but like I want to talk about tons of other things. But I guess today we'll start with injections, and you can tell us how you got into the industry.
Well, back in 2023, last year.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, for a while I've been thinking about it since high school. And then obviously doing nursing, there's nothing in regards to aesthetics at all. You're in the hospital.
Oh, like
you're
nursing,
in the
nursing school. Yeah. So Lex did RN.
Yes.
I only did RPM because when I was trying to figure out what to do for school, actually my mom was Googling it. She was like, when Lex was in RN first year, I was in academic upgrading at college because I didn't take any science in high school. So my mom was like, okay, you're going to be a nurse and you're going to take the injections course and you're going to inject Botox and fillers. And I was like,
and now you're here.
Now I'm here. Here we are.
This is all because of Trace.
All because of my mom. My mom also was the one that said, you're going to taking your lash course and you're going to be a lash artist. And I was like, sure.
Listen to your mom. That's the moral of the story. Yeah, exactly. Always listen to your mom.
Exactly. Always listen
That's
to
what
your
I've
mom.
learned.
Have you?
Oh, yes.
She's bright most of the time, but this time she was right for both. But
yes.
Other than that, anyway, you can carry on about how you got into the...
Anyway, I graduated in 2020, start of the pandemic.
Same.
And
in March.
It was, yes.
Or May.
Very freaky. I worked in the hospital for about a year and I said, yeah, this is not for me. I don't love this life. I'm horrible with shift work. So I applied at Algoma Public Health.
Yeah.
Got that job there. Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. It's nice.
Better.
But it's not what I'm meant to do, I feel.
No.
I'm not thriving there. I feel like I'm just,
I mean, it's...
you walk in, you go do your work, and then
it's the same thing every day.
It's the same thing every single day.
Like, I feel like here, well, it's different every day because, like, I have 5,000 different things going on, ideas, and I'm like, now we're going to change this, and I'm putting up a wall over here.
And you do it, like, now.
No, I'm, like, a right here, right now person.
So funny when people come in, they're like,
oh, I was here last week, and it's...
When did this wall appear? And I'm just like...
I have my dad in here working until midnight.
I know, they're like, who does this? I'm like, your dad.
But I'm like a right here, right now person. Like this podcast.
Yeah, but that's why you have such a successful business. It's because you get shit done.
Stop.
Cheers.
Cheers. To women in business.
So,
if 5 years ago someone told you you'd be working for me, what would you say?
If anyone, well, people do know us from high school, but
how old were we 5 years ago? When we wouldn't have been in high school. We were in high school like 55 years ago.
I think it was like 7 years ago.
Almost
so
8.
Like 5 years ago, I was like, what? Or was I 5?
Okay.
I was almost graduating.
Okay.
Oh my God. I've been a nurse for 4 years. Okay. So in high school.
In high school, if someone was like, would you ever work for Megan? What would you
No, it's
say?
not would you ever work for Megan. It was like, would I ever work for Megan back in high school? No.
No, I was an anxious mess. Crippling anxiety. I still do.
It's okay, me too.
Anyway.
For people that know us from high school, they would all say, no way. There's no way Lex would be working for Megan. Like, what's Megan gonna do? Megan's gonna go
Run the world.
marry an NHL player.
Actually, fun fact, I did win in the what's that thing called?
Yes.
The yearbook. I was voted most likely to marry for money, but now
Yeah.
I'm going to be the breadwinner. So
yes, exactly.
the tables have turned.
Exactly. So for everyone who voted that,
yeah, that's rude. There was no selection. Like, you wrote down a name. Like, you didn't. There was no like, I don't know, these 4 people who would most likely marry for money. No, they like were like, oh, they come up with their own name.
Yeah, so like I'm pretty sure 90% of the votes said Megan Vernelli.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. I remember mine.
What was yours?
It's inappropriate.
What was it?
It's something about my butt.
What was it?
Luke's behind the camera. Like, no, it was like, wasn't that like who had like the nicest butt or something?
I don't know. Was
this
thing?
Like in the yearbook?
Oh my God, your thing's falling again.
Okay, we need to.
I think Lex is making up things in the yearbook right now. We cut the camera.
What is the number one question that you have been asked since becoming a cosmetic nurse?
Since being a cosmetic nurse, everyone always asks me like how I became a cosmetic nurse and like how I got into the field. Obviously, actually, you know what I get asked a lot is people from high school asking me like what grades they need or what courses they take, but there's no cosmetic nurse program. Like, you have to take nursing.
Yeah.
Or in Ontario anyway.
Like, so pretty much in high school, you just want to make sure sciences.
Well, yeah, anything that you like look into whatever college or university you're going to for nursing and then take the nursing. But it obviously depends like where you are in the world. Like, obviously in Ontario, you can be an RPN and do injections, where I know some places maybe in the States you have to be an RN. Or I think there's like LPN and the States.
Yeah, LPN is
or even
same as
like
RPN.
BC. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. But anyway, so that's what I get asked a lot. And really all you do, nursing, and then you just have to go take the basic course, like an accredited, reliable injections course.
And you really did it the right way. Like, you did 2 years of school, in and out. I struggled through 4 years.
Everybody gets, but you ended up where you wanted to be. It just sometimes it takes time. There wasn't like overly a demand here. Like, we're obviously in Sault Ste. Marie. It's like a small city, but yeah, I did THMA, and then you also did THMA, right?
Yes. Yeah, I went to Oakville.
Yeah, I did mine in Sudbury.
Oh,
so I actually got to bring so it was like all online because it was COVID.
Yeah.
And then I went to Sudbury and I got to bring my models, and like it was like a couple of my sister's friends. I'm gonna tell the Botox story. So it was like a couple of my sister's friends, and like I honestly didn't really still understand what Botox really was, like, because I was 20.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was 22. I was 22 when I took my THMA course. So my sister's friends were like 19. So I'm like just coming. They do like the baby Botox. So I did it, and it's like my first client. And I'm like, we're in this tiny, tiny, tiny little room. There's like 3 of us plus the client. I'm like getting hot. I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm turning white, and they're like, okay, Megan, like the teacher did the first few injections, and then she's like, okay, Megan, like you can come take over. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go be in the lobby.
I need some juice.
Yeah, because I was honestly terrified of needles until I got
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I remember doing the injections course and thinking then that moment when I had the cup of orange juice in the lobby while my patient was getting, I said, I can't even believe I just did all that nursing and now I'm mortified, but now I can inject myself. So cheers to that.
That is, that's growth right there.
I actually dissolved my lips today. So that was growth too. Cause like I've tried twice now. I've done the whole numbing. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Did it today.
Proud of you. Very proud of you.
Yeah. 2024.
I feel like that's one thing when I started doing injections, like cosmetic injections. Obviously, putting needles in someone's face, like if you don't like needles, it's not really for you. I don't know why you thought like you'd like that.
But you got over it. Like I got over it.
Yes. For me, I've always been very comfortable holding a needle and handling needles because I do that every day at work.
So when I was picking my consolidation placement, I was like, where can I go and get my hours and not have to do as much stuff? So that's why I picked the psych ward. But no injections. Like I'd never done an IM until I did B12 injections.
I actually never given an IM until Well, maybe I did once and a few times in the hospital, but
I'd hope so.
no, like, yeah.
I guess COVID kind of screwed us over too in terms of like hands-on
Experience.
practice. Yeah.
Yeah. I obviously got really comfortable with IMs when I started working at Oklahoma Public Health and like sub-Qs and stuff.
No,
but
now I can do whatever. I'm just
Yeah,
like, I'm down on the
now-
bone now. And I'm like, are you good? But no, you get comfortable. And like, I feel like, and a lot of people message me too, being like, same thing. They're like, I have fear of needles. And it's like, I don't know if it was even the needles. It was, I know I'm scared of needles. So I'm scared that the person's also going to be scared of needles.
Yeah, like you're
and
definitely more worried about the client.
I'm so concerned about the client. I'm like, are you in pain?
Yeah.
But then I'm just like a
But you
freak.
have to think,
because I'm
like,
a freak when I get needles.
Yeah. But like even when I get injections done, I'm like, I'm doing this to myself. I don't have to be here. I don't need my lips done.
No,
I don't need
I
my
know.
Botox
No,
done.
no,
Like,
I know.
I don't have to have it. I'm doing
That's
it
what they
because
said. They're like,
I
no,
want it.
they're coming here to do it.
Exactly. It's voluntary.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I did get past that.
Yes. Now you're
mental
good.
block.
Now you're good.
Is being a cosmetic injector like everything that you thought it was going to be?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes is in the sense like I absolutely love coming here. It's never like, oh my God, I got to go to the studio to inject someone.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's one person I'm coming for like 15 minutes. I like love to come in here, make my client their drink.
No, I know. I love the drink too.
So when people are like, no, I don't need a drink, I'm like,
no, but like, what drink do you want?
Yeah, like, come on, you want a drink.
Yeah.
I know you want a drink.
We have to think of a new drink for next month, but to be determined.
So like things like that, I just love coming in here. So, and I knew I was gonna like that. No, in the sense of like, obviously I'm new, I need to build my clientele. Obviously it's slow right now, so I think that's hard.
It's hard.
Like I don't think I realized how hard it was until I started.
No, like it's not like, even like when I started, like, because I obviously worked for a plastic surgeon when I first started, and it was like brand new. Like I hadn't even graduated nursing.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I hadn't passed my nursing test and he hired me. So I was like brand spanking new. And then I go do this course, and then it's like I was kind of just thrown in, and it's like, sure, you can make it seem like you're super busy online and everything. And I really wasn't that busy. Like there was days I was like busier, but there was days I sat there from 9 to 5 and had not many clients. I would maybe do one Botox appointment. So that's where I struggled, because like I did the lashes, and then I was like, hey, I want to do full-time injecting. But then it was like I kind of jumped in too quickly. So then I like pulled back and went back part-time injecting and went back to lashes, and like.
But that's nice that you had something else to fall back on.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
that's like me too. Like at least I have a full-time job.
No, I know. It's just like getting your feet wet.
Yeah.
Like it takes a long time. And it's not just the injecting. You have to be good at social media, and you have to be good at
something
taking
I'm not good
pictures.
That was at me. Taking
New reel coming soon.
Yes.
The reel is coming.
Weekend,
the PRP reel is
It's coming, I promise.
Lex didn't know you don't put pictures at the videos. You actually have to edit it.
Okay, you know what?
No, I'm thinking of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was funny.
Anyway, yeah, no, you're not just an injector. Or if you came into and then like it is an established business, but I am still brand new.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't even been by myself for a full year when you joined. Like I was probably just hitting the 1 year mark. And so it's not overly established. So there's still like a lot of work to do there too. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot more that people don't understand from that perspective, that it's not just you take the course and you go inject people. Like there's a lot of work to it.
Well, when I did my course, like I wasn't 100% sure on like what I was going to do. It's like, am I going to try and get hired somewhere, which is extremely hard in the
especially in the SUE.
Extremely hard. Or am I going to work for myself, which is also extremely hard.
Yeah.
And I can now say I am so thankful that I did not work for myself, because I would not have been able to.
You have to think you have to write consent forms. You have to make online booking. You have to like, there's so much more to it. And then like registering a business and like the whole money side of it's just like a whole other. That
was a huge thing.
Yeah. But you know what? Working under someone too, like when I worked under the plastic surgeon, so a lot of people, it's like very controversial, not controversial, but some people will use medical directors as like a way of advertising and like advertising that a medical director's on site or not. So that means like the person I work under, which could be a dentist, a doctor, an NP, a surgeon.
Yeah.
if they're in the building at all times, where someone that's offsite would obviously be like ours, which is an NP. But the difference that I find, since like obviously I got all of my experience working under somebody at the other clinic without the pressure of like making sure you're paying your bills and, you know, ordering all of that stock product and like aftercare, like there's just so much that you have to order to get started. So it was nice in the sense to start under somebody else in that sense and like, you know, go through the growing pains and make the mistakes. So then the difference now that I find, because I've worked with a medical director in office on site and with my NP now who's off site, the difference is the medical director themselves, because my NP or our NP actually runs a injections clinic. Like she does like the IPL laser. She actually does all the exact same things as us, if not more. And it's much better having someone that's actually going through the same things I'm going through. Cause it's like, I can ask her a question and be like, okay, I dosed this person this way and this happened. Like, what did you say? Or if even there's like client issues too, like the way someone talks to you, I could send it to her and be like,
have you dealt with people?
Or like even like social media marketing. Cause like she's more up to speed with like what you can advertise and what you can't online. Cause that's a big thing too, but it's very gray area. So having someone on site was great. And for a patient's perspective, it sounds great, but yes, they'd be great in the event of a medical emergency, like say something medically wrong happened. But in like that doesn't happen often. And at the end of the day, like obviously you know how to handle a vascular occlusion. I know how to handle a vascular occlusion, or if anything else even went wrong as well. But for a client's perspective, like that would make them maybe feel more comfortable going somewhere because the medical director, like a doctor or so, is on site.
Yeah.
But they aren't there for like the most valuable information, like I was explaining.
Yeah. You don't even see them.
Well, no, that's the thing is they could be on site, but are they actually injecting all the time? And are they there? Or are they even like, can they help in many situations other than a medical emergency, which I mean is obviously important to a client.
Yeah.
But
I guess it does depend on the clinic too. The clinic that I trained at in Oakville, the medical director, she was a nurse practitioner, I believe. And she actually like injected the same amount as the other nurse there that owned the clinic.
That's like the NP that oversees here. I think she's the only injector in her place.
Yeah, which is awesome.
We bounce off each other all the time and we're in communication all the time. And just because she's off site, like if someone wanted to FaceTime her, they totally could, like in 2 seconds, which is the same as most on site.
Yeah, like whenever directors. I've gotten, like before you opened up, I've obviously had things done at other places. And I've only ever seen a medical director or like done my consult on Skype. Everything's over Skype
normal
now.
Which is super normal. But when people use it as an advertising tactic, like the true meaning of on-site is they're there in person consulting with you and being there in case of an emergency.
Exactly. Yeah. Other than the first Botox story that you told us, do you have any other good stories?
I have tons of good stories. Because the first episode, I'll keep it tamed. But probably our PRP one.
Yes.
With our model.
That was a good one.
I feel like every time I start a new service, the first like model is a disaster.
Can I just say, thank God she was a nurse.
No, she's a nurse practitioner. So like,
thank God.
I told my mom the story after and she's like, oh, she came back today. She was very proud of me. She was like, look at how calm I was. Anyway.
She was probably like, wow.
Her results are really good. I actually have to show you them after.
Okay, good.
Really, really good. So I'll tell the story. So Lex and I go do the PRP course. I'm mortified that I'm going to pass out with drawing blood. So
you were freaking
mortified.
out.
I'm like, we're like practicing for like, if I do like faint pass out, Lex will go, oh, that's just my boss. Ignore her.
I had a chair behind her just in case.
I did it. And I love it. I love drawing blood now. I'm like, oh, butterfly. Anyway, so the butterfly needle. So at the end of the butterfly, there's like a rubber attachment.
Yeah.
I don't know where I thought this was okay to do. Like, I'm like scrambling. This is the first time we have a client outside of the training. We have to lay out all the stuff.
And they didn't show us like
the setup.
No. First of all. Second of all, they showed us with like all their cool, not sniffy. What's
Like spiffy?
Spiffy.
Yeah.
Like cool spiffy gadgets that they have that are
I
like,
know. And like,
we don't have that.
No, I don't even know what's going on. I'm focused on not passing out, drawing blood, and embarrassing myself. So anyway, so the rubber band's covering the needle that like you pop the tube in.
Yeah.
So I pulled the rubber band
because we thought like, okay, the needle has to go into the top of the tube.
Yeah, I'm like, why is there I'm pulling the cover off. Yeah. Pull it off. So usually when you put the butterfly in, there's like that little tiny where you see the blood return and you're like, perfect, I'm in the right spot. Mm-hmm. Well, because I ripped the tube off, the blood came into the flash and all over the bed. And I was like, thank God you were there, because she comes in with the tube and puts it in and we're like, whoa, like that's
like we did not remember that being such a rush.
No, I'm like, that was weird. I'm like, how am I going to do this by myself? Like if you're freaking out. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so the next day Lex goes to work and obviously you must have told somebody.
No.
How did you figure it out?
Video. I was watching PRP.
I kept going back and watching videos because I'm like, I had so much time. Mm-hmm. They were like, do you see how there's the blood flash? Yeah. That means you're in the right position. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't remember blood spraying everywhere.
Focused on like where to put it. I was like, okay, we did something wrong. Mm-hmm. And then I realized in the video that little gray rubber cap was still on. And that was the whole issue.
No, I know.
To our disaster PRP.
Poor girl.
Yeah, it wasn't the PRP. It was
Don't worry, she got a discount. Speaking of discounts.
She got a good discount.
Yes, she's a model. And you'll see her very good results. I'm going to have to actually show you.
I can't wait.
But anyway, speaking of discounts, Lex is doing 20% off of all PRP, including packages, which are already discounted.
Yes.
And you need a series of 3, but PRP is another time. But anyway, for the month of February and March, Lex is doing 20% off.
Come see me.
Unfortunately, I'm shutting down the discount. I've had enough practice. And it's the best treatment ever for under eyes. But we'll definitely have to get into that another time because it's actually becoming one of my favorites, only because it's so safe.
Yes.
Awesome.
And you feel so safe doing it.
No, I know, like I'm relaxed.
Yes.
And then like I tell the client, I'm like, it's so safe because I explain
like filler
it all. No.
At all.
And it's better. You're getting a way better result and it's natural.
And it looks better.
Way better.
So much better.
There's a lot of people that aren't candidates for under eye filler that get it done. And I've heard so many horror stories of people saying they got under eye filler and then had to get it dissolved. And they were
so many.
Yeah.
So many horror stories.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well,
I'm excited. We did our first episode.
Cheers.
Cheers. Until the next.
Yes.
We'll do them every Sunday.